Hey there, game creators! Welcome back to Leolearn, where we are on a mission to turn your game making dreams into reality. I'm Rico, and today we're diving deeper into the world of GB Studio with episode 2 Mastering Sprites. Before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to the GB Studio community. I've sourced some amazing sprites for today's episode from their collection, which you can find on the GitHub link at the link description below. And the way you download the assets, you can just use Git. I'm using my GitHub bash right here to clone the repository, but you can also download the zip file automatically by clicking this download button right here and choose the zip. Alright, since we already have the assets from the community, the first step in creating our game world is importing Sprite. Think of Sprite as the characters or objects and elements that bring your game to life. So it's basically the graphic of your game. And the sprites you imported must have specific specification. You cannot just add your image to the GB Studio like the other engines. Besides, let's take a look at the GB Studio documentary about how we can import the sprites. Here, when creating dynamic actor sprites, ensure your PNG files meet specific color requirements. Sprites must contain only 4 colors. These colors right here. So basically, it's only green, but with different levels of saturation. And the frame size is 16 pixels times 16 pixels resolution by default, but you can also use different resolution. Additionally, for a static sprite that changes based on direction with that resolution, create a 48 pixel times 16 pixels PNG file with 3 frames, forward facing, the second one is upward facing and right facing, and the left facing sprite is automatically generated by flipping the right facing frame horizontally. And since we get the assets from the GB Studio community, we don't have to worry about that at all because all the sprites and background here completes all the requirements. And well, I'm starting a new blank project here, and the way we import the sprite is by copy or moving our sprites into the sprites folder in our GB Studio project. And I want to pick this character as my game player, and I also importing other characters as my game NPCs. Okay, now let's see our sprite in the editor. We can see our sprite list by selecting this sprites window here or by pressing Ctrl 2. Now, as you can see, GB Studio auto generate our sprite animation. You can see the sprite list in this sprite section, and you can see the animation list of the sprite in here in the animation section. Okay, picking my player character here. Now we have the idles animation and moving animation, but we kind of have a problem here. In the idle animation, seems like the frame is picked by the first frame of the walking animation. Well, that's because the idle animation sprite that we got from the community is separated from the moving animation. So we need to do a little bit trick. We need to combine those sprites. We need to combine those sprites into one single file because one image file in GB Studio is recognized as one sprite. Either you have one, four, or more than 5 animation, you have to combine these frames into one file. And I'm combining the sprite using the simple apps such as Paint right here, and you can use any other apps you want. Now, since our sprites are already, we need to we need to edit the animation, manually edit the animation. We can set the idle animation to the idle frame right here by clicking add frame. Okay, and I'll also add the idle frame into every single moving animation because I want to make a more smooth transition each frame in walking animation. Okay, now since our sprites are ready for our game, I've imported a background sprite to create two distinct scenes, one for our game starting point and another for our outsides of the hero's house. Uh, it's the same technique as to import the sprites. We just need to copy the background files into the our project background folder. Now, after we imported the backgrounds, we can make two different scenes. I'm making two different scenes with those two backgrounds. As you can see, the scene resolution is changing by changing the background, and we can change our player character sprite by selecting in this box. Next up, we are bringing our characters into the mix of imported NPC sprites for the characters our hero will interact with. Let's see the sprites in action. As you can see, now the player can walk based on the animation of the sprite we imported. With GB Studio, creating sprite animation is a breeze. We can define different frames for our sprites to create walking, running, or jumping animation for our characters. It's all about bringing your game world to life one frame at a time. And there you have it, folks. We've mastered Sprite in GB Studio, from importing and animating Sprite to using tilesets to create immersive game worlds. Thanks for joining me on this exciting journey through the world of game development. Stay tuned for more episodes of Leolearn, where we'll continue to explore new techniques and tools to bring your game ideas to life. And until next time, keep creating, keep dreaming, and happy game making. I'm Rico, signing off. Bye bye.